Yay! I'm live. I feel like it's been ages since I've done this when it hasn't really. It's just they've been on other people's channels rather than my own. But if you're here, tell me you're here. Say hi in the chat. I would love to see who's out there and where you're watching from. And I'm very excited because today you guys get to meet a behind-the-scenes superstar of this summer's cross-country bike tour, who is my friend Ross Martin. I'll tell the story of how he came to be a part of the project after I play you a song. And in the meantime, hi Penny, Eric, and Beth, and Ken, and Trung. So nice to see you guys. See if you recognize this one. $1 million to whoever names it first in the comments. Uh-oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I blink, but I don't even think no more. On autopilot, my body walks around the world so mechanically. He died, she's born, he's married, I'm bored, and I don't even shed a tear. I've become vacant and numb, programmed to what they all want to hear. What I would give to feel like you. What I would give to feel human. But I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. Somebody think I'm a robot. $1 million goes to Ken. Uh-oh, cut me open. I'm fairly certain all you'll see is nuts and bolts and faulty wiring, emptiness crashing together in a hollow chest. Oh, I remember hearing once, indifference is the opposite of love. And I remember feeling once, but the dream gets hazy as the days go on. What I would give to feel like you. What I would give to feel human. But I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. Somebody think I'm a robot. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. What I would give to feel like you. What I would give to feel human. But I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. Somebody. I'm a robot. And the $1 million award winner was Ken. He guessed robot first. Eric, you were close. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the stream, if you're watching on Facebook, that would be great so that more people can be in on the fun. And, oh, hi, Steven. Hi, Jerry. How nice. It's funny. Beth was talking about how I was gonna pay Ken in 50s or hundreds because Ken said large bills is fine, and then I was thinking about how it's weird that there aren't higher bills than $100 bills. Like you would think there'd be like some elitist like $500 or $1,000 bill money. You know, it's okay that there's not, but just a thought. um, I have a very special guest to introduce to you guys today. So, my friend Ross is I met him at the New England Songwriters Retreat, and he writes these awesome, like, clever songs with all sorts of crazy alternate tunings. And uh, about, I don't know, a month or so after I had announced that I was going to do this big cross country bike tour this summer, I got a phone call and he said, hey, so I'm thinking of taking a creative sabbatical. Do you need support for your tour? Like maybe a driver and a car? And I said, expletive, yes, I do. And ever since, he's just been amazing at lining up sponsors and contributing his, like, building up the bike tour part of the website. And he just can do so many things. And then on the technical side of things, he's a wonderful human being. And then he's also a fabulous playwright and musician. You guys are going to get to hear and meet him. So everybody, welcome from your seats, Ross Martin.
Hey, Shanna. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Say hi to all the
Good
virtual
afternoon.
watchers.
Greetings and salutations. How is everyone? How are you, Shanna? Thank you so much for having me here. For a technical person, I have had just... Am I allowed to say shit show in this show? It's been
On the Shanna Show, absolutely.
On the Shanna Show, yes. It has been quite an adventure. I'm not even playing the guitar I usually play.
Yeah, the rain song
she's
ditched.
back here in the corner. Just she had
Charging.
trouble, and it was more that there were several issues going on. So I've been doing all sorts of geeky stuff with her electronically, and I apparently did something bad, so I've got to go figure that out, but not today.
Well, I have 100% confidence in you being my technical support on this tour.
Yeah, one of the many misguided decisions you're going to make, I'm sure, about this tour. But I'm so excited to be on this adventure with you. A little bit less than I had planned to be. I went and fell in love and everything, and suddenly the idea of being on the road with some strange woman for 3 months was less appealing. Yeah, quirky. Just so I'm not doing the beginning of the driving tour. I'm gonna pick you up starting in Oregon, and Allison, the new love of my life, soulmate, it's just been so wonderful. We're gonna drive
love.
out.
I can't hate. I'm glad.
Just awesome. Love is the best.
Yeah.
So
it is. So yeah, if anyone wants to jump in for Ross so that he can hang out with his new love,
yes,
we're looking for substitute support drivers on this epic adventure of the summer. But let's talk more about that after you play us a song.
Okay, I can do that. I think I can actually do this. I'm in Dadgad, for anybody who cares, tuning-wise. And this is an opening song for a show that I perform called Miss Isabella Rain Song and Her Traveling Companion, a one-guitar show. It's a solo acoustic musical. And I thought this would be a nice song to kind of be in the context of being on the road. This show, Miss Isabella Rain Song, takes place in a train station while this guy who's been traveling with this guitar for the last 3 years, this guitar picked him up to kind of rehabilitate him. And this song is all about what it's like being on a train instead of in a car on a road. In a train, you can only look out the side. You can't really see where you're going or what it's like. And so this is just him kind of explaining what it's like to be living on the edge of the world in this train. Oh, and my guitar just did this thing that it's been doing. There it is. Okay. Hopefully I won't bang it again. Gives a sense of direction, a final destination for a wandering soul. Living on the edge leads to deep introspection. Once it gets you started, you spin out of control. Living on the edge, you tend to lose your sense of mission. What used to look so dangerous now seems to be fine. Living on the edge is a precarious position. Just a little step, you've crossed over the line of the edge. The edge of the world. Living on the edge gives a different point of view. You can see things clearly if you see them at all. Helps you keep the space between the old and the new, the things you can remember and the things you recall. Living on the edge, you catch a glimpse of forever. Makes you wonder what's on the other side. Looking over the edge is a futile endeavor. There's nothing really there, so there's nothing to hide on the other side of the edge of the world. On the edge of the world you can see the rainbows and reach out your hand and touch a shooting star. You can lift up your eyes and see across the universe and know who you are, who you are. On the edge of the world, you don't get a lot of company, not a lot of through traffic or passers by. It's the end of the line, the last scene of the show. There's no turning back, there ain't nowhere to go. Ready or not, dead or alive, you're already there by the time you arrive. It's just the luck of the draw, roll of the dice. It's got nothing to do with who's been naughty or nice. It's the end of all time, or the time for all ends, and the best you can do is keep hanging ten on the edge of the world, on the edge of the world.
Cool. Is that the opening song of the play?
That's the opening song, yeah.
That's awesome.
And he is he looks like he's a homeless dude, and he's got this beautiful carbon fiber guitar that has magical powers, and it's a cool show. And someday my long-term goal for this show is that other singer-songwriters actually become the traveler, and they put their music into the show and perform the same character, the same experience of being redeemed by music, by being with this guitar for 3 years on the train, and then giving it over and hand it off to the next traveler. So if you ever want to do an amazing thing with your songs, you could do that.
That sounds awesome. And I mean, that's like every musician's story, really.
That's right.
So the guitars are magic, whether or not they have magical powers.
It's how we save ourselves, right?
Yeah, it totally is. That was beautiful.
Thanks.
And good singing.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah. So tell the world, because the entire world is watching now, what inspired you to be my squire?
Yes, I am the Shanna Squire. I'm the, what do we call it? Pancho Shanza instead of Sancho Panza.
My Pancho Shanza.
Yeah, Pancho Shanza. Because I'll be the one to remind you that you need to bring your poncho, because otherwise that won't happen.
That's funny.
So, like you mentioned, I'm taking a sabbatical. I used to, in my past life, delivered babies, and then I got into this stuff, informatics, technology stuff in healthcare, computers and medicine. I've been doing that for the last 20-some years. My son just went off to college. I'm single now, except now in a relationship, but I was finding myself with lots of flexibility about what was going to happen next, and just wanted to take about 8 months to write a new musical, and then work on a couple of novels that have been in my head for about 20 years. And so it dawned on me that you would need somebody to like be adult supervision on your trip. And
It's true.
and I thought, well, if I can drive the car, you go off with whoever's riding with you, and I go to the next place, and I only have to drive 50 miles or 70 miles or so to get to the next place, set up camp. I've got time. So I said, I want 4 hours a day to write in this deal. And I one of the big reasons was I think your music is just phenomenal, and I think you've got somewhere to go. And I would love that part of your story someday was this guy, helped you go through this crazy idea, and it was instrumental in getting you to the next level, because I think you should be moving to the next level. That was a part of it too.
That's so kind. And yeah, well, you are going to be a huge part of the story. Hopefully I stay alive on this tour so that the story...
Key. And uninjured.
Yeah, we'll see. You are definitely an angel. That phone call, I was like, this is and in this 1,000-piece puzzle of putting together things, that was like 500 of them for you to offer that. And I'm excited to see if you get like insanely irritated by me.
It will no doubt happen. It's all about the net, right? It's all about was this worth it
Right.
in the end? And I think it will be, even if we drive each other crazy. And I do think that being able to take some time off. So again, if you want the opportunity to drive a car for Shanna on her trip for a week or so, you can have my car for a week. And it's got the roof nest tent. Look it up. Roof nest condor. That's what's on the top, a rooftop tent that you would get to stay in. Shanna has to sleep out under the stars, but you get the roof nest if you want to be the driver for a week. So
It's
what
going
a
to be
deal.
very fun.
What a deal.
It is going to be really fun.
It will be fun.
Yeah. Your sales pitch sounded a little apprehensive, which reminded me of this thing. I listened to a talk this morning by an author named Gareth, who wrote a book called How to Not Be Afraid. And his
Not
talk...
Gareth Higgins.
Yeah.
Gareth Higgins?
Yeah.
Oh, total buddy.
You guys are buddies?
Yeah. We went to Ireland together. I went on an Ireland trip with David Wilcox that he was also a
well then
co-host
that
for.
makes sense, actually. I should have guessed that you would know him.
Yeah.
And he gave a beautiful talk about fear, and I was sitting there feeling a little like not included, because I was like, I don't know what I'm afraid of. I don't, like, this is not an emotion I connect strongly with. And which ties perfectly into Robot, the song I played earlier, of like humans feel fear. So like clearly I do somewhere, but it's deep enough that I haven't like really dug into it. Um, what what are you like afraid of about this summer's bike tour, or unrelated?
Well, I would say before falling madly in love, I didn't. I mean, I was afraid of not having enough of the stuff coordinated. That there's just a lot of logistics related to making this thing work and work worthwhile in a worthwhile way. And now that we have, I'm not the only one on the team anymore. We've got actually 4 people on our call every Sunday that we, or Friday or whatever. Yeah, Friday now we're doing it, and we're actually looking. That's another thing we're looking for is a marketing or a graphics person, right? Because we want to do all the graphic design stuff. So if you've got those skills and you would really like to help out Shanna, that's a great thing to do. So I was kind of afraid of just getting behind the curve on getting the stuff done. But now I think one of the concerns is, I'm a lot less motivated to be away from home for extended periods of time, and I just want to make sure that I'm able to really nurture that relationship while I'm on the road. That's a big concern.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, Ross.
Yeah.
It's just going to grow, and you're going to write all these love stories and songs, and it's going to show up in your art.
It already has, and that's been really cool. So I think I'm that's the optimistic part of that, is I'll get to make the most of it. But I'm going to miss her like hell. Oh my God.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But I want either she's watching, or if she
Is she?
does, just she should know she's invited to as much of this tour as she wants to be a part of. The more the merrier.
Let's hear a song. Yes?
Yes, I'm going to play you a song.
And I'm going to go away, right, so I can retune?
And you're going to go away.
Yes? Okay. I'll be listening, though.
Bye.
Bye.
In response to your question, Eric, I don't have the Rain Song guitar yet. I'll be picking it up the weekend of July 4th when I'm kicking off the bike tour in Seattle. So that is that. And I'm going to play you guys one of these new ones that was born out of the Real Women, Real Songs Song a Week project. And this is one I've actually memorized, supposedly. Famous last words, right? But I was thinking about what I want to be like when I'm old, and I wrote this one. I hope when I'm old I play pranks on my children, curse like a sailor and walk marathons, drive a pink car or pay someone else to, and when the second hand slows I decide when I'm done. I hope that I bake chocolate cookies that can make anybody get weak in the knees. Then I can live on your tongue and in your tum. I'd make sure everyone gets the recipe. I hope every line on my face that I've earned reminds me of laughter and lessons I've learned. Like always, wear sunscreen and gray hair will come back in style. And when the topic of every day is about the state of my body aches, I hope I remember to say, maybe those who left too young are watching us from beyond, whispering memories every day, saying you could be so sick of this, but I'd give anything to be with you and your creaky knees and daily pain. I hope my my people's skills will be so sharp that when I lose my ears, I can hear with my heart. When I lose my marbles, it doesn't cause heartache. When I lose my wallet, there's nothing left to take. I hope I fall in love with someone so sturdy I can wink at the mailman, never rein in my flirting. I hope that I'm healthy, but within reason. Sometimes ditch the salad, 'cause fries are in season. And when my friends start to complain about hardships of sun-ripened days, I hope I remember to think maybe those who left too young are watching us from beyond, whispering memories every night, saying you could be so sick of this, but I'd give anything to be with you and your doctors and your failing sight. I hope when I think back on my time on earth that I don't give two shits what others think I'm worth. I hope by then that I'll know I'm enough and that I don't leave my kids with a house full of stuff. I hope I've seen Thailand and Egypt and Paris and that I have grandkids I get to embarrass. I want to be Betty White and the Maud to a Harold. I hope I get it on decades after I'm sterile. Maybe those who left too young are watching us from beyond, whispering memories every night, saying you could be so sick, you see, but I'd give anything to be you and get a little more time. Ooh.
Wow. Oh. So how many songs came out of that workshop?
The Real Women, Real Songs, you mean?
Yeah.
That is an ongoing song a week thing for this entire year.
Oh, man.
So far, 17.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
I know I'd heard some others from that, but that I hadn't heard that one before, and that's just. How old are you again? No, don't say. I know you don't tell.
Too old.
You're way older than that. I mean, you're way older than your age. That's an old soul song for sure. So that's so cool.
Thanks. The fun part about this project is I will have to continue writing a song a week while I'm on this bike tour. So I will be doing a lot of mental songwriting because I suspect I won't have a lot of downtime.
I actually do that a lot. When I'm on a long car drive, I try to set myself up to have a tune in mind or some structure that I've got in mind so I can mentally work on the pieces. And I can get a lot done on the road because that just thumpity tends to let you hear.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's cool.
Brian comments, I don't plan to get old, even though the calendar says I'll be 70 this year.
Oh, yay.
You're going to be a way hip 70, Brian. Hey, so maybe we can get 2 more from you, Ross, before we head out. And okay. I just wanted to put it out there that to anyone who wants to potentially host a show or substitute drive or has connections to a sponsor that would be interested in getting their name on this tour, or there's a million other ways we could use your help, graphic design, publicity, promo, then shannanaddress.com/bike tour 21. Check it out. I can do this. Dun, 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 dun,
Yay.
is where you can do that. And let's have Ross play us some more songs.
Okay, do you want I thought about, I actually went back to standard tuning. Oh no.
Whoa.
I can do something a little ironically twisty, or the song that you helped me finish.
Can I request
Inspire me.
both?
Well, yeah, but which one do you want first?
I want ironic and twisty first.
Okay. This goes out to Allison, not because it's about her at all, because it's not, you'll see. Because that's Twoo of. This is my left brain and my right brain having an argument about love. Got this funny feeling coming over me. Feel a little woozy, sort of weak in the knee. It's got me wondering, is this love that I'm feeling? The science man says you got it all wrong. It isn't love that's making your heart beat so strong. It's a genetic condition, a predisposition. When that woman walks over your way, your response is determined by your DNA. Evolution will decide if she turns you on. It's as predictable as counting the toes on your feet. It's a statistical certainty your heart skips a beat. It isn't love that we're feeling, it's really just a chemical bond. Oh yeah, it's really just a chemical bond. Oh yeah, those ruby red lips looking so fine, they're just a marker, an external sign of a healthy condition of adequate nutrition. And the curves on your body driving me wild are telling me you're capable of having my child, to enhance propagation of the human population. And that dry sense of humor that's blowing my mind means your intellect will set us out of a bind. Escape a fire or a saber-toothed tiger. Oh yeah. Can this be love this way I feel? Conditioning makes the emotion for real. But now I understand, mystery's gone. The chain reaction when our eyes meet, it's a synaptic connection. The circuit's complete. It isn't love that we're feeling, it's really just a chemical bond. Oh yeah, it's really just a chemical bond. Oh yeah, it's just a chemical bond.
I love that one. Love it, love it,
There you
love
go.
it. And even though you always play the rain song, that guitar's sounding great too.
Well, this is Taylor. Bought it for my 40th birthday to myself. Walked in, was not planning on buying a guitar, of course, and had to have it. One of those things. No
Now you have
coincidence. My son's name is Taylor Martin.
Oh my gosh. And he doesn't play guitar, right?
He doesn't play guitar. He plays a couple chords. I know. Where did I go wrong? He's such a nice kid, but what a singer-songwriter fail right there.
What's his middle name?
Well, it was supposed to be Fender, but that got nixed by his mom. So
Yeah,
it's Jason.
that's it. If his middle name was Fender, it would have been in the cards.
Yeah, I thought about Takamine too, but
Yeah, and that's hard to pronounce. People always get that wrong.
but he'd be able to get his website for sure.
You're right. That is what's most important in naming a child.
I did actually reserve his URL before he was born.
That is so nerdy.
Yeah, total geek.
Okay, I want you to take us home.
Take us out.
One more.
You helped. We were talking about doing some co-writing together in this song. You said, well, it looks like you've already gotten it written pretty much, so why don't you just finish it? So I did. There's a mirror on the porch across the street from me, about my age, give or take a year or two. He's banging on his 6-string, fingers dark with nicotine, singing about a girl he never knew. Says his song is from his record for the number ones, but the label won't release it till he's through. Says he's gonna get it done, then we'll see what he's become, just as soon as he gets finished with his cigarette and brew. He swears that every word he's telling you is true, give or take a truth or two, give or take a truth or two. There's a mirror on the stage up on the TV screen, accepting the award for my big dream. He thanks God, his producer, and his family. His effortless eloquence is stealing the scene, and I'm whispering that could have been you. Give or take a break or two, give or take a break or two. And the years go by, and the road grows long, and I wonder why this one is the road I'm on. And if I still knew now what was true back then, would my life somehow be a different could have been? There's a woman in the mirror standing next to me, her reflection as familiar as my own. And I reflect on my collection of what might have been, and the love I might have never known. Give or take that first glance of you, give or take that first dance with you, give or take this romance for two.
That was beautiful.
Thanks for letting me play those songs. Oh my gosh,
So
it's been a
beautiful.
while. Oh, thanks.
And and the crowd agrees.
Yay.
And what a treat it is to just get to hear you and hang out with you
Yeah.
publicly, even though you are all stressed about your tech.
Oh my God, it was a major mess. I've never had quite the
But no one
crapola thing going on.
No one knows, and you
Yes.
are wonderful.
It all-
And now everyone gets
good to
to
have
meet you and
backups.
hear you.
So,
I'm so
tell
glad.
people to check out Sojourn Cycle. Check quick. Oh.
So Sojourn Cyclery is sponsoring the bike I'm going to be riding for this tour, and
What
it's
a
a
beautiful bike.
beautifully,
Oh my God.
beautiful, like sustainably sourced wooden bicycle, handcrafted, and
I get to build it on the second week of May is when I'm going out to put it together.
it's so
I'm
exciting.
excited.
And thank you, Ross, for that connection to them, because that is going to be like a work of art to get to be biking cross country with. And just thank you so much for being you and for jumping at an opportunity. And yeah, now you have love in your life, and that's great too. But you're like, it's all going to happen, and you're a huge hero of the process. And I can't wait to hang out all the time.
It will be an epic adventure.
Yes, it will.
Those crazy kids, what are they doing?
That's right. So thank you for joining us. I'll just, everyone says yay. Yeah, Penny, it is wooden, but it's still just as light as a metal bicycle. It's really pretty.
Check out the link on Shanna's website.
Yeah, Sojourn Cyclery. And so thank you, Ross. And I just wanted to tell you guys one thing before I go, which is that next Sunday, I'm going to be a part of a Zoom show with some of the Real Women, Real Songs ladies, Tracy Grammer, Carrie Cooper, and Mouths of Babes and me are going to do Songs in the Round on a Zoom concert hosted by Isis Music Hall in Asheville, North Carolina. And if you want you'll need to pre-register for the show on Zoom, and I'll send that to everyone who's on my newsletter over at shannanaddress.com. If you want to get that link, I can't just post it because then you get Zoom bots and stuff like that. But it's a free /tips only show that's happening next Sunday, and I just think the world of those ladies. So to get to be in a show with them is really exciting. And I am going to be doing a Patreon exclusive concert before the end of the month, and the patrons know about that already. And if you want to be included in the fun, that's over at patreon.com/ShannaAndAddress. But other than that, just thanks for hanging out with me and Ross today. And I hope your weather is as beautiful as mine is in Boulder. I've just been so happy every day. And check out the weekly Wednesday videos on YouTube. This week's was Cry Happy. I was going to play it if I had more time, but I'll probably save that for another show. And just have a wonderful rest of your day, you guys.